Hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone is doing okay. I'm doing a live streaming today. I'm gonna share with you guys my guitar collection. This is something that a lot of the followers of the channel, a lot of you guys have been asking me for a while. Every time, I always get asked, "Okay, so how many guitars you have in total?" A lot of people think that I keep buying and keeping the guitars that I buy for the reviews of the channel. But no, actually, during the years, I've been trading guitars, and that's the way that I have been obtaining so many, posting in videos and everything. I like to collect guitars. I like to have um, guitars. I like to play. I like to see how they feel, and at the same time, since I start doing these YouTube videos, I like been doing videos and sharing my experience with these guitars that I've been having. But over the years, I had kept only a couple of number of those guitars with me, and this year actually I trade, I think, 5 or 6 guitars. I bought a couple. Well, like I said, I'm gonna show you which guitars I kept with me over the years since I started the channel, since I started collecting guitars. Um, and I don't gonna put these guitars in an order, in a specific order, or which one I do prefer or not. I just gonna grab them randomly, and I'm gonna tell you guys why I decide to keep these guitars. Now, for those that watch the channel and maybe are guessing that I still have the guitar that you find out this channel maybe for, and you guys see that I don't have it with me anymore, you guys are welcome to ask me why I decide to trade a guitar that I don't have with me anymore, in case you guys don't see the guitar that you guys were expecting me to have. But yeah, like I said, let's start with one guitar that actually make a big difference in the channel. And the reason why I decided to keep it is because everything that I have been saying about this brand, about this guitar, is still, it doesn't have changed what I think about this brand. So let me show you which guitar I'm talking about. This is gonna be, oh, the Harley Benton SC552, the SL Tribute that I bought 2 years ago. Um, Look at it. I still have it with me. This guitar has become one of my favorite guitars over the years. I really like the way that this guitar feels. A Les Paul copy, as you guys can see, for those that never have seen any of my videos, any of my comparison videos of the SL Tribute with a Gibson Les Paul, with the ESP Eclipses that I have. This guitar, it is phenomenal. It's still one of my favorite Les Paul copies, and I think that is maybe the best bang for the buck for anyone that want a high quality instrument under $500. And this can be accessed almost anywhere in Europe and in the USA, like I said, for less than $500. It's a great quality instrument, and that's why I have been recommending this guitar over the years. Now, in the case of this guitar, I swapped the pickups. The original pickups that this guitar came with, I didn't like it too much. Those were a Tesla Opus or something pickups, that's supposed to sound like a PAF pickups, and I never really got into those pickups, and I never agree with the fact that a lot of people said that they really did a good job sounded as a PAF. And for me, those pickups didn't sound as a PAF pickups, and that's why I decided to upgrade those pickups to the set of EMG of Marty Freeman, and because I think that these pickups are definitely more valuable, sound better, and really complemented the guitar that I really like. The way that this guitar feels, this guitar, like I said, is a mahogany body, mahogany neck. I think that the fretboard it is Paul Ferro, if I'm not mistaken. And after I swap the pickups, the guitar sounds perfect for me. Like I said, is no reason for me to ever let go of this guitar. We're gonna check a quick sound of how the guitar sounds. Let me remove that chorus. Definitely a very cool guitar. I really like it. Like I said, I think that for the price, this is maybe the best bang for the buck that you can get as a copy for a Les Paul. Really like it. Really glad of all the videos that I have done about this guitar. And really, I feel really glad if I really help somebody when I share this guitar in the channel. Because, like I said, it is phenomenal. Now, the fact that I changed the pickups doesn't mean that the Tesla used to sound bad. It's just the fact that I wanted to make this guitar perfect. This guitar is tuned in D standard. That's my favorite tuning, as the majority of you guys know. I really like to play in the standard. It is my favorite. I don't want to change that. I'm a big fan of Amorphis, and they played the majority of their albums in the standard. Same thing with Paradise Lost. And those are the bands that are a big influence for me, and that's why I decided to keep this guitar on the tuning of the bands that really influence my music, because um, it is a guitar that I really like and a guitar that I will keep, I think, forever, unless my son start playing guitar, because he's really getting into music and he's been asking me for something, and if I give something to him, I want to share something special with him. And this guitar is very special, especially if you're a beginner. This can be the best guitar you can get for the money. So yeah, let me put this amplifier on standby and make sure that the microphone is all the way up on the camera. If it is, and if you guys cannot hear me, please let me know in the comments. Because right now we're gonna go to the second guitar that I want to share with you guys. I'm gonna put this aside. Now, in total, I have 13 electric guitars with me right now, and I have one that is a classical guitar. We're gonna see them all, and the only thing that we don't wanna see is my bass guitar, because that's not an electric guitar, even if it is electric. But okay, fuck it. Let's see the bass too. So with the bass, it's gonna be 15, all right? Because that bass is also very important. It is actually the only bass guitar that I have. So yeah, let me show you guys my entire guitar collection, including my classical and my bass guitar. So yeah, once again, that was the Harley Benton SC552. And this was the first batch of those guitars, the Goto, the SL Tribute. They are not called SL Tribute anymore, are called SC552 Goto. Sorry guys, I have kind of a cold right now, and if you guys see that I'm with this runny nose, is because the cold, right? But anyway, let me go to the second guitar. That's gonna be another import guitar. Something that I forget to say, that the Harley Benton SC552 that I have, the SL Tribute, it is the only guitar that I have that is made in Indonesia right now with me. The quality of that guitar is phenomenal. Same thing for this. We're gonna see guitars from around the world in this video. These are the most affordable guitars that I have. The Harley Benton and this one, that is the Kramer Pacer Classic. You guys saw this guitar this year for the first time in the channel, but you guys have seen this guitar in a lot of videos, not just in the videos where I play covers, where I play solos. Also, when I did the review of this guitar, when I swapped the pickups that came with this guitar. This guitar cost me only $200, and at the beginning I bought it because I had to prove myself that I was able to fix the problem that this guitar came with it, that was a really bad fret sprout problem that it used to have. The frets were really, 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 really bad. I filed them down, and after that, I didn't encounter another issue until one of the knobs stopped acting up, and I had to swap that knob. And when I did that, I decided to swap the pickups too. Yeah, I put a set of EMG Revelation pickups in this guitar, and now it sounds perfect. This guitar is also tuned on this standard, but the reason why this guitar is tuned in this standard is because I always like to have a guitar with me in this standard with a Floyd Rose, and because I'm a lover of Motley Crue. For me, one of the best bands in the world, or maybe the best band of glam metal or from the 80s that play that kind of music. It is, and it's always gonna be Motley Crue, because the way that Mick Mars plays guitar is just unbelievable, and I always like it the way that he plays. So yeah, that's why I always like to have a guitar with a Floyd on this standard, because he has a lot of solos that he used a Floyd, right? So yeah. I really like it. The guitar keeps in tune. It was very, very cheap. Like I said, this guitar cost me only $200, guys. And this is a machine that takes you to the past. This is a time machine. You know, when you play this thing, you go back all the way to the 80s without any kind of hesitation. You just go there. This is the time machine that I have when I want to play heavy metal, when I want to play, like I said, Motley Crue. This just takes me there. A very beautiful finish. This blue sparkly finish is something that really want me to keep this guitar. And after I work on the guitar, you know, I spend $100 on the guitar, like $5 on the pot, and you know, and I work a few hours on the fretboard. And I don't think that I can find something like this, like with the quality that this guitar have right now for the price that I paid, and that looks so great. It's really good. I really like it. Now the only thing that I will change, maybe one day, it is the tuners. But this guitar, like I said, had a Floyd Rose, so it is lag, so you don't really need to change the tuners. You are not constantly tuning the guitar on, and if you do, you do just a fine tuning. The guitar keeps in tuning great once again. Even if this is just a Floyd Rose special, it holds well on this standard. It holds every time that I do a dime bomb, because it doesn't go out of tuning. As you guys can hear, so it's not really necessary to change neither the Floyd or the tuning. Just, for now, I will keep it like this. So yeah, this is the second guitar. Like I said, really cool guitar. Like I said, my time machine, especially if I'm in the mood to play some Motley Crue. This guitar is the one that I take without any kind of excitation. This is just a phenomenal guitar, especially for the price. And some of the guitars that Kramer does, that are not made in China, like this one, are just phenomenal instruments that I think that are above of the price that they are always asking for. I think that Gibson have been doing a great job with Kramer, and yeah, excellent guitar, excellent quality. If you guys can get one, get it. But remember, always check if the guitar doesn't have frets, bro. But it's not something that you guys cannot fix, or a luthier mic can fix with a little setup, depending how hard the fret spot it is. But like I said, these might not be your case. Maybe the example that you get of the Kramer Barrett Special do not have that problem. A couple of you guys have commented on the review video that I made of this guitar that the example that you got didn't have the problem, and that it seems that problem is just for a few specimens of this guitar, not just for all of them. So that's very cool. That's very cool to know too. Can I close this? Now, a lot of you always ask me why I keep my guitars on the cases or on the jig bags. I do not like to hang the guitars that I have, and I don't like to put them on stands. So that's a personal choice. And I don't think that this is that my basement, that my studio is a store, so I don't have the necessity to be displaying the guitars on a rack or something like that. Why the hell I cannot close this? Oh, that's one. Ooh. All right. Every time that you're closing a case and you keep hitting the latches, that's why it doesn't close properly. Well, that happens to me a lot. All right, so yeah, let me remove this because I'm gonna need more space here. So yeah. All right, so now we're gonna go check another Super Strat. But if that Super Strat that I just played was only $200, this one was $2,000 when I got it new. When these guitars came out, for me, was a life-changing situation. We're gonna put it that way. I always wanted to have a Jackson Dinky made in USA. That was my dream since I was a fucking kid. So when this thing came out, it took me like 3 4 months, until I couldn't hold it anymore, and I was like, "Let me buy it." For me, it is the guitar of my dreams in terms of 80s metal of super strat. This was the guitar that I always wanted to have when I was a kid. I did own a Mexican one, but finally, like I said, when this thing came out, I pulled the trigger because I wait all my life to own a Jackson Dinky made in USA. Now, Jackson don't call these ones Dinky; they actually call them Virtuoso for some reason. But we all know what these guitars are. All right. Let me find Floyd. Right here. Now this one is on E flat. As you guys know, a lot of bands played on E flat, especially 80s bands, right? That's why I decided to tune this guitar on E flat. This guitar is just beautiful. If anyone asks me for a recommendation of a guitar or an upgrade from Fender Stratocaster, American Standard, or whatever, I always gonna say right now, get a Virtuoso, get a Jackson Dinky Virtuoso. You're gonna give you the upgrade you are looking for if you wanna go from hard rock to metal or whatever, and you don't want the looks of a super strat, but you want a very similar feeling, right? Of a regular strat, like I said, because Fender offers strat bodies with Floyd Rose too, so it doesn't mean that you can get something similar, but that at the same time looks totally different, right? Yeah, this was my dream. Same color that I saw when I was a kid, all my dreams. And I'm so glad that I can have these guitars. You guys see a pattern, right? A blue guitar, another blue guitar. You guys gonna see a couple of blue guitars in this video because I really like blue guitars. And yeah, let's see if it is in tune. I haven't taken these guitars. It's not that I play every day, right? And if I play every day, I'm not able to play all my guitars. In a good day, I take out 2 guitars from the cases. So I think that this guitar had been on the case for maybe like 3 weeks, so maybe a month. But I'm glad that I'm playing this guitar today, the last day of 2024. I got it on 2023. It's another keeper. I don't. The only reason I think that that it will make me to change this guitar out of my collection, it is if I get a custom chop from Jackson. But even like that, it will look the same. The only difference will be that it will say custom chop here, maybe USA. Because that's a problem with the American series from Jackson. The only thing that it says in the back is Corona, California, and it doesn't say made in USA here, right? That might bother somebody else, but I know what it is. I know what this guitar is valued for. I know where it was assembled, and I don't care. I mean, this is the Jackson American made Dinky that I always wanted to have, and I'm glad that I have it, right? So yeah, let's check out how this one sounds. I think that I've been playing on 7 watts. Also, I'm using my Orange Dark Terror for those that want to know what the hell I'm playing. I love this thing. Let me put some delay and reverb, you know. Ooh, I almost hit that thing, man. Yep. Alright, did hear it? You know, that's the reason why. Yep. The Jackson American Virtuoso, the Dinky made in USA from the American series. The third guitar that I'm showing you guys that I decided to keep on my collection, one of the guitars that I might keep for the rest of my life. I mean, phenomenal sounding guitar, great craftsmanship. And these days you can find these guitars used for less than $500, $1,400. You know, this is something that we never saw. That I never thought that I was gonna see on 2024. I mean, back then in 2010, 2009, when I was looking for a Jackson Dinky made in USA, these guitars were $2,000, even more expensive. I'm talking about the times when Fender bought Jackson, you know. Um, it is really cool to see that we can get guitars like these for these prices, and a reason to keep it all my life. Great guitar. A dream for anyone, you know, for anyone that means shreds. I'm not a shredder. We talk about that million times in the channel. I'm not a shredder, but this guitar really makes you play fast. You know, it pushes you to the limit. You know, the set of pickups, everything. You know, the JB and Jazz. I mean, is nothing that cannot be called perfect for that guitar. Now we're gonna check the next one. That is a guitar that I have with me for I think almost 5 years. It's gonna be the 5th year. Next year is gonna be the 5th year that I have this guitar with me. Now, this guitar I got it used. I didn't buy a guitar new, comparing with the other ones that we just saw. And the reason why I got this guitar used, it is because you cannot find this guitar anymore. These guitars were made for a short period of time where the company ESP was having a transition with their brand. Um, Before 2013, sorry guys, ESP used to offer, ESP used to offer their brand, their logo on what it was called the Standard Series. The Standard Series were made in Japan, and at some point they decide that the only guitars that were gonna have that ESP logo were gonna be uh, the guitars that were coming from their custom shop in Japan, or the ones that were made here in the USA. So they remove it and they create what it was called the E2 brand, and they made the LTD Elite for just 1 year. The LTD Elite was a sub brand of, of ESP that were made in Japan. These guitars are made in Japan, but like I said, only lasted for a year. And this supposed to fulfill that gap that was between the LTD 1000 series and the ESP standard. The ESP standard wasn't there anymore. So what it was next was this, and then if you wanted something a little bit more with better specs, well, I don't know if I will call it with better specs because I have played E2s with same quality that this guitar have. I don't really understand the point of this guitar, right? So that's why the brand didn't exist anymore. um I mean, that's why they removed the sub brand from their catalog and they keep only the E2 line, right? And it is because these guitars have the same quality of the E2 or the ESP standard. Now, this is the Eclipse. And like I said, the reason why I got this guitar was because in my mind, when I was a child, let's go back to the stories when I wanted to have a Jackson Dinky, uh, American made, when I was a child, all the way back in my country, all the way back in Ecuador, 2004, 2005, when Amorphis released the album The Eclipse. And these guys used to play Gibson Les Pauls, Gibson SGs. Amorphis was full into Gibson, right? And then they got endorsed by ESP, and they got their signature guitars or whatever, and they start playing Eclipses. Obviously, the guitars that they like to play, are full thickness body Les Pauls. This one is not like that. And the same thing with the ESPs when ESP start crafting the guitars for them. But in my mind, when they switch to ESP from Gibson, I remember that I had a friend of mine, and I asked him what guitars are they playing right now. No, I wanted to know so bad what guitars the guys of Amorphis were playing. Esla and the other guy, and he told me those are the LTDs. The ones that are made in Japan. And I was like, LTDs made in Japan. And anyway, time passed, and 2007 when I came here, and I went for the first time to the Guitar Center in New York City, um, the one that is on 14th Street. I went to look so bad for a ESP, for a LTD 1000 series and made in Japan. And I didn't find one. All the LTDs that were all the ESPs that had the brand of LTD were made in Korea. That the ones that are from the 1000 series for the 400 series. So I got really disappointed, and eventually I learned that LTD only made a few guitars in Japan in 1997, and this was when the brand of LTD was introduced from ESP. But the LTD brand was actually crafted in Indonesia, Korea, and China, right? So, like I said, when this guitar came out, I didn't catch it. I didn't know that these guitars came out. So eventually, when COVID strike, those April, May, and June, I started reading a lot about the fact that at some point there was an LTD made in Japan. And then in 2013, like I said, the whole story of the ESP standard. And was when I decided to get this guitar. Was when I started looking for these guitars. And this guy was trading this guitar all the way. I had to drive all the way to PA from here, from New Jersey. But it was worth it. You know, I give him my Chapman Ghost Fret Pro, and he gave me this guitar. I mean, I didn't pay anything for it, but I trade the Chapman for this one, and I haven't regret anything of that trip and everything that I make. Not because the Chapman guitar was bad. The Chapman Ghost Fret Pro, it was a great guitar. I really like that guitar, and I'm very ashamed that I never talk about that guitar in the channel, because Chapman did an amazing job with the Ghost Fret Pro series, especially those first batches that came out, because that was one of the guitars that I used to have. But yeah, without hesitation, I text the guy I remember by Facebook in the Facebook market, and I told him, "Hey man, do you want to trade your guitar?" And I was even gonna put money on top, but he was like, "Yeah, I mean, I'm actually looking for trade the LTD Elite that I have for something else." And we did the business, and yeah, I have used this guitar in a couple of albums of Solomonic Demons already. The guitar is tuned in B and drop B. Hopefully it's in two, because I haven't played this guitar in like 6 months. But yeah, let's see how it sounds. Definitely out of tune. Uh, let's see if I can tune it. I don't know if I can reach the tuner. The tuner is all the way behind the camera. So yeah, we don't gonna check how this guitar sounds too much. And I don't want to try to tune it by ear right now. You know, this video it is 37 minutes already. So yeah, the LTD Elite Eclipse. Now this is the black one. I'm saying that because you guys will see something else in a few minutes. So guitar number 4. That was guitar number 4. Damn, still a long way, right? So going back to the case. Now this one has 24 frets, active pickups. They also offer the one with passive pickups with 22 frets. You know, something more classic, right? So all right, so another Jackson case. I haven't talked about this guitar on any video. I haven't made a review of this guitar. That video is coming in 2025, but you guys gonna see it today. All right. So the American series of Jackson. Like I said when I was talking about the Dinky, this is something that nobody was expecting. I mean, like I said, Jackson's custom made $4,000, $5,000, especially if it is a neck through body, right? And that's what this one is. This is my Jackson Soloist, the one from the American series. When this guitar came out, I really wanted to try it. I wasn't so emotional, like I said, when the Dinky came out, but I really wanted to try it because I didn't was expecting that they were gonna release the Dinky, right? The Virtuoso series. So I wait a couple of months, finally tried it on the store, and I fell in love with it. Then the Virtuoso came out, and I had to make a choice. Like I said, dreams are first, and if you can fulfill a dream, go for that. But in my mind, that bug was with me. So finally, I got it. It's really an amazing instrument. Um, it feels different if we compare it with the Dinky. Definitely, the Nectro body makes a difference in terms of construction, in terms of weight, in terms how the guitar balance. And now, yeah, these one have a gloss neck, as you guys can see. The Dinky, no, and the Dinky is actually just the neck. It doesn't have any kind of finish, and so the guitars definitely feel different. And made in USA to made in the Fender plant in Corona. And same thing, it doesn't say made in USA in the front, it says Corona, California in the back. But like I said, I don't mind about that. Guitars are similar in terms of electronics, but this one is HSS, the other one is HH, right? Seymour Duncan pickups too. Let's see if it is in tune. This is on E standard. All right, that was the soloist. Really, really, really cool guitar. Like I said, American made. I love it. Cannot believe I have one. Um, and I really like the color. It is really. It reminds me that I'm playing something like Def Leppard. And even if it is in D standard, in E standard, my bad. And you guys see something else here, right? I have multiple guitars, but they are in different tunings. That's one of my excuses that I make when I said that I need a new guitar. I don't think that just dropping a tuning on a guitar is something that can be done in 2 minutes. Guitars have to be properly set up so you can get the maximum of it. So that means getting the right strings. In the case of the guitars that have Floyd Rose like these ones, the tuning or tuning up, even a half note, it is hard, and it doesn't give you the same fulfillment, the same. It doesn't gonna sound properly as it's supposed to be. It doesn't gonna do the perfect job, right? At least that's the way I think. If you have a guitar with two-matic bridge of a string two body, you can do it. You can go maybe from E to D, but if you are really changing the tuning of the guitar all the way from E to drop C or whatever, you need to change the strings. So you need a couple of guitars if you're gonna do multiple tonings, right? Unless you're gonna be changing the strings every day. That's the way that I think. So if that's what you wanna make, it's fine. But in my case, I do not have too much time, so at least I need 4 guitars with me, 4 electric guitars, right? At my house. Now I have more than that. Definitely more, right? All right, so the next one. Damn, man. This place feels packed. Sometimes it feels really packed. All right. Another guitar that I wanted to try for a while, and I own a lot of guitars of these brands. I won't say that a lot, a couple, right? But I wanted to try their single cut model, right? And this is the Agai 3200 MCC. Another blue guitar, but let me tell you guys, this is maybe the best Les Paul copy that you can get that is made in Korea under $600. We cannot find guitars that have this quality made in Korea these days anymore. Another guitar neck through body. Now, I said that the Harley Benton SL Tribute, it is a great guitar, but that guitar is a set neck guitar. This is neck through all the way down. Now, this is heavier. This guitar do not have any kind of weight relief. That's something that I forget to say. The Harley Benton, even if it is a very cool, very, very great guitar, a very nice Les Paul copy, it has weight relief. Also, this guitar keeps a little bit more true of what a Les Paul is supposed to be. It is mahogany body, mahogany neck, and the fretboard. This one is ebony. Like I said, in the case of the Harley Benton, that one, even if it is mahogany body, mahogany neck, the fretboard is different. And the new versions of that guitars, the ones that are called the SC552 Goto, do not even have a mahogany body and mahogany neck. It has actually Maranthe. So, yeah, I mean, the price, and this is something that I'm going to talk on a video that I'm going to compare this guitar with that one. I haven't done that video. I have been thinking about making that video for a while. I really going to make a comparison video between the Agai and the Harley Benton SC552. But in that video, if we go globally, I will say why you should buy the Harley Benton. And if you are in the USA, I will tell you why this guitar is a better option. So yeah. Now about the pickups, I haven't changed the pickups on this guitar yet. I'm saying it yet because I'm not sure. They really do the job in terms of a PAF style, but I'm not convinced too much. I recently recorded one of the solos of the new songs of Solomonic Demons that I'm working on it. I did use this guitar, but I have to use some kind of EQ to make the pickup sound the way that I wanted. They're not my favorite pickups, but they do sound good. Like I said with the Harley Benton too, it's not that the pickups the Tesla used to sound bad. It is that are just not for me, especially with the guitars that I feel so comfortable keeping. Like this one, like I said, this one is special too. That's why he's here. So yeah, this was the fifth one. No, actually, this was the sixth one. So, yep, we are doing good. We are halfway there. So, yeah, another guitar made in Korea. I forget to say that. Agai is the last affordable brand for me that makes guitars in Korea. We talk about this and this year in the channel. I'm very glad that I was able to touch that point, because a lot of people don't know too much about Agai. and I think that they made really high quality instruments for a very affordable price, and that are professional instruments, and that do not have anything to envy to another big brands, right? So let me put this one aside, and let's check the last one that I have here on the rack, because I have more guitars in that closet that you guys see over there. So yeah, this one is another guy. This is the only guitar that I have that is very different, very different if we compare it with the other guitars that I do have. In terms of construction, in terms of strings. This thing is a 7-string guitar. I used to play 7 strings a lot, and these days I do prefer more to play in drop tunings, drop A, drop B. If I'm gonna be playing really low, right? I feel more comfortable that way. Now, also these guitars, as you guys can see, is a fret net guitar, so it's very, 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 very different. It has the same quality, the same great quality that the other guy that I have. Nothing to envy to other brands that do offer 7 strings, with the difference of the price. The price is the big difference here. This guitar comes with EMG pickups. This is the way that it came. Neck through body too. This is not a set neck. This is not a ball-on guitar, and it cost me $600. Actually, it also has a locking tuner. So yeah, it great instrument. I talk about this. I never made a review of this guitar, but I'm gonna talk about 7 strings in a video that I'm planning to make soon, because I think that is a topic that I have to touch in the channel. Anyway, let's check it how it sounds. I haven't played these guitars since February, so it's almost a year. So hopefully it is in tune. It's not. It sounds like shit. So yeah, we gonna have to hear it next time. This video is almost 52 minutes, and I don't have time to tune the guitars. So yeah, 7-string. It is a great guitar. It feels phenomenal. The job on the frets of this guitar, it's amazing, guys. Like I said, so far the only guitar that I have to work on it is the Kramer, and it is for a reason. The guitar was $200. It is not that it was. It's not that it was too much money, and I think that's why Gibson cut the price of those guitars, because those guitars used to be like 300 something when they were introduced, 399, 339, something like that. They cut the price. They still made them, but 300 something was too much for the problem that was those guitars were having, because those guitars were gambling. Let's put it that way, and nothing compared with the Agailes. And in the case of Agaile, if you're gonna get an Agaile guitar, believe me that Rondo Music gonna make a really good job. Checking the quality of the guitar, because they inspect all the guitars that they sell. But anyway, like I said, I'm gonna compare the Agaile that I have, the 3200 MCC, with the SL Tribute in one of the videos. This one, I have to see what it is inside. Yep. This is another dream that came true for me, that I have to wait for years. The first guitar that I had, and this might be something that a lot of you can relate, it was a Strat copy. In the case of mine, it was a Sunburst Strat copy. And when I was a kid, my name is not Solomon, right? So it's Eric. So one of the first guitar players that I was told to listen was Eric Clapton and Eric Johnson. And when I saw their videos, even if if Clapton do not play too much sunburst guitar, he has the black keyboard, and Johnson have his sunburst, and I wanted to get a sunburst guitar. I did got a Strat copy. That was my first guitar. That was sunburst, and eventually, when I came to this country, I have to leave that guitar in Ecuador, and it took me years to get another Strat. When I got one was a Player One, and it wasn't the finish that I wanted, and it didn't really fulfill what I think about what I was expecting about Fender Stratocaster, right? So later on, I decide to get for what me is the real deal. For a lot of you will say, and the real deal is an American Ultra or you know American Professional. But for me, it was just something simple as an American Performer. This guitar was everything that I was looking for. It's something that I want different, that I never identify myself with a Stratocaster was the fact that I'm not a single guy, three singles pickups. I do play metal and I always need a humbucker, and I was looking for an HSS guitar with a 7-inch headstock. So this is all what I was looking on a Stratocaster. I love the sunburst finish. It was everything that I was expecting. So same thing with the quality of this guitar. For an American made guitar, it really fulfills what they said that they offer. This guitar, it is phenomenal. And like I said, I really love it. Now this one is tuned on a standard. I suppose this is supposed to be my live guitar. If somebody called me to play on a cover band, and majority of music that is played on me, and this is the guitar that I take with me. Simple. I will grab this one and I will take it with me, or the Agai, the 3200 MCC. So yeah, this is how it sounds. We're gonna check the clean too. I have to remove that overdrive over there. Let me see if I can reach it. I don't think I can reach it. All right, I reached the overdrive, and the camera's still on, so that's good. All right. Yep. Very cool guitar. We talk about dreams in this video. A lot of dreams, a lot of dream guitars. You're right. Well, I guess that's the thing that we can do when we get older. I'm not a car guy, so it's not that I'm dreaming with owning a Corvette or whatever. I just get what I like, and I like guitars. And I'm glad that I can own the guitars that I always wanted to have, especially when I was a child. So yeah, another one that is going to case. another Fender Jig-Bag. Looks the same. That's why I opened it and I picked what it was inside, because I wasn't sure if it was this guitar. Now, the second best option when you look for a Stratocaster, when you look for a Fender guitar, if you cannot afford an American-made guitar, you always gotta go for the second best thing, right? That is the Japanese version of the guitar that you like. Now, this obviously is not a copy of the Stratocaster that I just showed you guys, the American Performer. This is actually the Aerodyne Special. And the reason why I got this guitar, it is not because I felt the necessity of owning a Japanese Fender Stratocaster made. It was because the specs of this guitar. I always wanted to try this kind of bridge. This is a Babix bridge, and something that just the bridge is like $400, and the only way to get it was straight from the website of Babix, and then Babix got a partnership with Fender and decided to build these guitars with these bridges. And sorry, really something that I was waiting for. Now this guitar is tuned on E flat standard. It feels phenomenal. It is a very modern approach of what the Stratocaster it is, and it has the Fender logo on it. This is a smaller headstock. It is a very different guitar if we compare it with the other Strat that I have, HSS. Like I said, I always need to have a humbucker on the bridge because I play metal, and humbuckers are made to play rock, right? To play with distortion. So, okay, we start without distortion. A little bit out of tune. We passed the hour on this video already, so I don't gonna tune this guitar once again. I don't gonna tune the guitars. But yeah, the other Fender that I have, this is not the only two Fenders that you guys have seen in the channel, but are the only two Fenders that I have with me right now. I decide that I need to keep these guitars with me. And in the case of this one, it really feels different compared with a traditional Stratocaster. Let's put it that way. It's a very modern instrument that sounds great. And you guys can find these guitars for. All right. Another ESP. And I did say that we're gonna check my classical guitar and the bass, but we're not gonna do that. This video is taking too long, guys. Really sorry. Like I said, another ESP. After I got the Eclipse, the LTD Elite, the other one that I do have, I really was wanting to try the other version that the LTD offered with this model. This was, like I said, the one with 22 frets that do not have the pickups that are active. This one had passive pickups. And, you know, this guitar, it is my favorite guitar, period. I haven't said favorites and I start making the video. I did say that I do like the other guitars, that the other guitars are my dream guitars, but I never said which is my favorite guitar. And this one, it is the one that I want with me for all my life. After I played this guitar for the first time, it really changed the way of what I was looking for an instrument. And I have used this guitar numerous of times on videos, on rehearsals, everywhere, you know. I really like this guitar. Now, unfortunately, it happened the same thing that it happened with the other LTD Elite Eclipse. These guitars weren't able to get new when I got it, so I had to go for the used market. When I bought this guitar, I bought it all the way from California. I traded for another guitar that I really like. That was my Hammer Archtop, but well, the business that I made trading this guitar was very weird. I contact this guy on River, and I told him that I wanted to make a trade. So I offered him my guitar, and I sent him the guitar, blinded, blinded. I sent him all the way to California, and I after did all that, I start thinking about what the hell I did. I sent him my guitar, and like in a week and a half, he replied to me and he was like, "Okay, kid, I have the guitar with me, but you still have to make me an offer for my LTD Elite." So I paid him $300. We made a deal like that. He shipped the guitar with to me, and I'm really happy with this. Like I said, this was life changing. Unfortunately, this guitar still until this day have like a smoke smell on it. It seems that the previously owner used to smoke, and I've been trying to take out that from this guitar for years, change the guitar from case to case, etc. But still there. It is very used. The previous owner used this guitar a lot, and I've been kicking the guitar a lot. So I've been using this guitar a lot. So yeah, let me show you guys how the guitar sounds. All right. Like I said, we are running out of time. I mean, it's 1 hour and 7 minutes already. So yeah, but I have to say a lot about these guitars, right? That's why I didn't want to make this like a video, like just like a regular video. So that's why I went for live streaming. So hopefully this helps. And for those that always ask me about my guitars, about the guitars that I kept with me, we almost finished checking all of them. I have a few more. I have 3 guitars more to show you guys. This is the last review that I made, and I already used this guitar in 2 of my songs. The new upcoming album of Solomon and Demons, and this guitar that I'm using. This is a Semi-80s C22, made in Japan. Great instrument. These guitars are discontinued, so you cannot really buy them new. I saw that Semi-80s put a couple of them on stock recently. I did got one. I did got this one from River. When they came new, they were around $7.99, something like that. It is a very different Semi-80s model. Those guitars usually have a lot of stuff on it. I wanted something simple, and when I was looking for some 80s guitar, because I wanted to try one, and I wanted to try the craftsmanship on the neck, especially. The fact that these guitars have a 25 inches scale, it was something really different that I wanted on a Les Paul model guitar. This guitar might look like a Les Paul, but it feels very different. It's very light, and it feels more like you playing a Strat. Let's put it that way. A very modern Strat too. Now, like I said, this is made in Japan, but some of them were made in Korea too, depending the year that you buy it. It's still on B, drop B. instrument, as you guys can see. That's why I put it on drop tuning, and that's why it sounds so aggressive. But I really like how these pickups sound. If we compare these with the other imported guitars that I just talked about, the Agile and the Harley Benton, these pickups really sound high quality, man. I mean, I don't even know what brand are the other ones. I at least know names. I know that they might be manufactured by SMI-80s too, but yeah, these these pickups are not going out of this guitar anytime soon. Maybe never. High quality instrument. And we're gonna check the last two guitars. You guys saw a couple of Gibsons in the channel, and you know, everyone need an SG, right? Like a Les Paul. I mean, these days there is so many brands of guitars that are priced way above of what the real deal it is. Let's put it straight like that. These guitars are the real deal. For me, if you tell me that I have the opportunity to get a Gibson SG on $1,300 or get ESP Viper, standard, I will have to try both of them, but I will definitely take the Gibson, especially if it has, if it is a standard. If we go standard versus standard, right? Now this is my Gibson SG Raven. I got this guitar for Halloween of 2020. It looks aggressive. It is aggressive. It is a very unique SG, a very unique Gibson mahogany body. I don't remember if this is a mahogany neck, but I know that this fretboard is composite. I never feel something like it. The pickups are very, very aggressive. It looks metal. It sounds metal. It has a very chunky 50s neck that I really like. It is and sounds unique. It is tuned also on C, as you guys were able to hear. And because this guitar I use it to play doom metal. If you have an SG and you don't play doom or stoner, what the hell are you playing with your SG, right? Especially if you play metal. I mean, Black Sabbath are the fathers of doom, right? What the hell plays Tony Iommi? An SG. For a reason. All right, so this is the last guitar of my collection. Also the same thing that I did said, dream guitar, but in my case, getting a Gibson Les Paul was really hard because I'm somebody that do really prefer a little bit more single cuts that are not too heavy. The only single cut guitar that I really got in love to it that is heavy is that Agile 3200 MCC, and I don't know if it is because of the construction or the way that the guitar is constructed on an electro body. Unfortunately, I never have played Gibson Les Paul Classic, an original Gibson, a Gibson Les Paul that is neck through, just segment like this one, right? So yeah, this one is a Les Paul Classic. I bought this guitar new. This is the 2020 version too, 2021 maybe. Yeah, 2021. 2020, my bad. I bought new. I paid $2,300 for it. This is the last guitar. No, yeah, it is the last guitar that I bought on Samash. Um, and let me tell you guys that no, it's not. The last one was the PRS SE that I do not have anymore. But yeah, this is one of the last guitars that I bought on a Samash store. I went there because the people that used to work there were people that I trust, you know. So if I was gonna get a Les Paul, it was a guitar that I really were able to play first and were able to try first. And I'm very glad that I decided to choose to go to that Samash, especially after they went out of business, because this is not just a guitar for me. This is something that reminds me a store that was part of my life over all those years. You know, since I came to this country, and you know, when I went to a Samish store was something that really changed my life when I saw a store like that. Something that I never saw it before. And yeah, anyway, I did talk about Samish stores on my videos, and that's what I got this. I got this guitar on the Samish store of Route 22 here in New Jersey, in Union, New Jersey. So yeah, very special instrument that brings memories already, and that sounds amazing that I was able to play before I buy. That's something that you gotta do always with a Les Paul. Remember, something that I always said. All right, guys. So hopefully everyone liked this video. Um, I wish everyone a happy new year. Uh, thank you so much again. And this was Solomon of Solomonic Demons, and this was my guitar collection. So, yeah, take care and bye.